Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this year's vetting for SRC local nutrition. My name is Rebecca Daimensa, and I happen to be chairing this committee. I'm here with my co-chair and other colleagues who introduce themselves.
Thank you, Chair. Please, good morning to everyone. My name is Francis Ando, and I'm the Vice Chair for this committee. Thank you.
My name is Philip Chumesiamponsa, level 400 student. I'm a member of the committee.
My name is Ella Olives, and I'm a member of the committee.
Thank you, Prof. I'm Samuel Eche Jakpasu, a member of the committee.
Good morning. My name is Abatibu. I'm also a member of the committee.
Good morning. I'm Juliana Ababiu, a member of the committee.
Good morning. My name is Solomon Asante, a member of the vetting committee.
Good morning. My name is Portia Do John Obua, a member of the committee.
Good morning. I'm also Doris Arthur, a member of the committee.
Good morning. I'm Daniel Ekoban, a member of the committee.
Good morning. I'm Musa Ibrahim, member of the committee.
So that is the composition for you this morning. Once again, you are welcome to the vetting of the 2025-2026 academic year SRC local NUCs vetting for UCC. And we are live on YouTube, TV UCC, YouTube. You can follow us, you can like, you can share. Thank you very much. I think without wasting any more time, we will call in our first candidate. There are a few announcements that will come as time goes on, and then we'll let you know. Thank you very much. Are you comfortable? The chair and everything is fine. All right. So you are welcome to this committee.
Thank you very much.
You look a bit tense. It's usually like that. When you are the first candidate, sometimes you are worried of what you'd be asked. But this is a friendly chat. So just relax, be yourself, and then everything will work well. You have water on your table if you want to drink water, and I think you have a pen and a paper there, whatever you want to jot down. You are welcome to do so.
Thank you very much.
So kindly tell us about yourself. Why are you here this morning?
Thank you. My name is Awudu Abubakar Sadick, level 300 student, reading hyper, which is health physical education. My registration number ET/HPE/22/0048. Last 2 weeks, I filed for nomination to contest for the General Sports Secretary portfolio. And then last week, my name was listed as part of the Aspirant to be vetted. So I'm here to be vetted today. Thank you, Prof. Chair.
Thank you. Do you know your current CGPA?
Yes, please. I just checked it this morning. It was 3.05.
Okay. So per our records is 2.4495. But you have a number of ICs. So we would verify what you are saying.
Thank you.
But if it's not 2.5, or you have any referrals. Do you have any referrals?
No, please, Prof.
Or if you have any referrals, automatically you are disqualified. So we
understand.
want you to have that at the back of your mind.
Thank you very much, Prof.
I have looked at your CV. I know people will start saying Madam CV. I've looked at your CV, and we want to just have a chat on it. Yeah. I think your personal details is incomplete because we don't really have anything about you at all. We don't have In fact, if I had not seen you, I wouldn't know whether you're a male or female. You don't have sex, you don't have marital status, your place of birth, you don't have okay, there's an address, your date of birth, your nationality, nothing. It's very bare. So at least, assuming you were not here to speak to it, how would I know? You understand? So the CV should always speak for you, even when you are not around.
Thank you very much.
So you have to note those things. You've written very interesting things like you are result-oriented student leader, result-oriented student leader. Can you tell us what that is?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. When I talk about me being a result-oriented student leader, I set clear and achievable goals, and I make sure I work on it consistently to make sure I achieve those goals.
So give us an example of those goals. When have you set clear goals and how did you achieve?
Okay, thank you very much. As the current sports secretary for SRC Hall, I set one goal that I'll make sure SRC Hall sports will be very inclusive and very attractive. But it's not going to be a water tag whereby you just follow the normal or the traditional system. So what I did was I'll make sure every week there's going to be a sporting activity that school students will engage in. And one thing I also did was introduction or introducing new sporting events in the hall. Even where fans wasn't available, I make sure I do it by myself. And I realized the students have started to enjoy it, whereby one of my policies was to introduce the volleyball league. So the volleyball league, which is going to come in this weekend. And again, back home, in 2019, there was a conflict or there was a fight during our inter-community tournament. So it wasn't successful. So the following year, I took it upon myself as a very young guy to make sure I organized it by myself, single-handedly with no sponsorship. How was I able to finance this? I took money from the teams, which is 150 Ghana cedis, and I used that money to organize a very successful tournament, which has never happened in my community. Aside that, I realized politicians were poaching me to help them in organizing football tournaments in my community. Thank you very much.
Which politicians were this?
Okay, aspirants for parliamentary aspirants.
So the first one you spoke about was a program in the hall.
The first one was a program in the hall.
That is yet to take place.
No, some have already taken place.
And no, you said next week, oh?
Yeah, that's the volleyball. And I spoke about, we are previously, that's in October, November, December, I organized numerous tournaments or numerous events, sporting events in my hall.
Like which one?
We talk about the sports jam. So someone will be like, what is sports jam? The sports jam is merging entertainment with sports. So making it more fun and more interesting. So I realized prior to the election, the general election, there were a bit tense in our hall. So I organized, I know a lot of students, they all...
The general election of Ghana?
Yes, general election of Ghana.
There was tension in your hall?
Yes. So when I talk about there was tension in my hall, I'm talking about, we have a couple of students, some belonging to Part A and Part B. So it's like, we should come together as one. So I organized a peace tournament, whereby we had numerous 4 political parties we joined, and then it's promote peace in our hall too, among our students.
You talked about the fact that you want to promote inclusive and vibrant sports culture in UCC. Tell me about the current sports culture.
Thank you very much. So the current sports culture has always been about the popular sports, football, basketball, and sometimes volleyball. So you realize that the number of students who engage in sports, they are not even up to 10%. And sports has always been about sports. So that I'm bringing something called and changing the narrative in UCC sports, whereby we're going to make it the sports and recreation, which now we have the Ministry of Sports and Recreation. So UCC sports is going to be sports and recreation. So through that, we are going to have something we call the sports festival. So we are going to include a lot of recreational activities in those festivals. So again, making sure we promote the lesser known sports. So someone like me, I used to play football, and then I stopped, and then now I'm engaged in boxing promotion, where I used to be a boxing amateur. So now, how can I promote the lesser known sports so that other students can also get engaged in it? Whereby making sure I let them know that these are some sporting events that you can engage in. Me, for instance, I got to know badminton in UCC. So now I've started to play badminton a little. So there are students who also like to engage in it, whereby we are going to introduce those sporting events to them. Thank you.
So apart from football and tennis and badminton that you've mentioned and the jam, what do you think?
What do I think?
What new thing do you bring on board? Because you've mentioned badminton has been here all along.
Okay, thank you very much.
We know tennis, we know football. You've mentioned badminton. What new, apart from the jam? The jam, okay. I don't think it's anything new. Okay. It's just the same sports with dancing, right?
Thank you.
So what new thing? The way you are presenting it, it appears you have an idea. What are you bringing on board?
Okay. One thing I'm also bringing on board is you realize sports, when somebody is at the age of 35 years, it means they are ending their sporting career. So what I'm going to bring is all the masterclass courses. So whereby I've realized a lot of students, they have interest in coaching, officiating. I'm organizing Champions League in my hall, whereby we don't have a qualified officiator to officiate our tournament. We use the student there. So, and then you can see students who are interested in coaching. So we are going to bring these basic courses whereby students are...
Who is going to be teaching them?
Okay, thank you very much. So when you go to the Winnipeg Sports College, they have been organizing these courses, whereby the courses is a bit expensive.
Who is going to be teaching them?
Okay. We are going
in UCC. We are not talking about Winnipeg.
Thank you very much. So when you go to our department, we have lecturers there. So I can mention Mr. Bonnie, who is an athletics lecturer, and he has also been coaching or training people when it comes to athletics officiating and coaching.
So he alone will teach the master class?
No, please.
Now, who is going to be paying them?
Okay, thank you very much. So there's going to be a registration fee. So I wanted to compare it to Winnipeg, whereby it is 1,500 cedis. But we are going to speak to them, whereby when they come here, it's going to be 500 Ghana cedis. So how is it going to be 500 Ghana cedis? So I spoke with a couple of people, whereby they agree that they are students, where these students, they can't afford that 1,500 Ghana cedis. So the 500 Ghana cedis is going to cover their lunch and then their certification too.
Have you done any background check? Do you think people are going to be interested in paying 500 for master class to become coaches when they are 35?
Thank you very much. Students have been coming to me that in your department, are they offering some coaching courses? I say currently, we are not offering any coaching courses. Whereby when I was in level 200, my handball lecturer also told me that they want to bring something, handball officiating and coaching in UCC. So I realized a lot of students, they have interest in it, but they don't know how and when or where to pass to get this certification to be officiators or coaches.
I see. Can you tell us about...
I moved to Pachi number 2, Islamic Basic School, and I completed there in 2014. So in 2014, 20th October 2014, I went to Islamic Senior High School, where I completed on the 24th of April 2017. So after that, I stayed home for a couple of time and did a lot of job. And after that, I came back to UCC in 2022. I got admission in 2022.
What you mentioned, the Grace and Truth, was which year?
Grace and Truth was 2000 to 2008.
It's not here. You did your CV, you did it yourself, right?
I gave it and someone did a review for me.
And then you and the person did a bad job. Because Grace and Truth is here, Moshi Zongo. Yeah. There's no date. Is that correct?
Pachi number 2.
That one is 2000 to 2004.
Pachi is 2018 to...
I have 2000 to 2014.
Okay.
Then Islamic is 2014 to 2017.
That's Pachi, Islamic Senior High School, 2014 to 2017.
Yes. So it means that the information you've given me here and what you are telling me is not true. How can we see you as a credible person?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So this is a serious mistake. And you must know that your CV speaks for you.
Thank you.
Before you are called for an interview, the first thing that interfaces with employers are your CV, or is your CV.
Thank you.
So next time you take your time and then go through, your CV tells me the kind of person you are from my background.
Thank you.
So you have to watch that. And I can see that you are using dash and hyphens interchangeably. You know dash?
Yes.
What is dash?
Dash something.
And what is hyphen?
And hyphen. Dot. And then.
No. Is that one is short and one is tall. One is longer.
Yeah.
So you stick to one.
Okay.
But you have it messed up. Another thing I find interesting is professional training, managing corporate digital channels. What is that?
Okay, thank you very much. I have background in managing a lot of corporate institutions, their digital channels. When I talk about the digital channels, their social media handles. So this year, my company decided that I'll embark on this certification, then I'll get a license for that, which I did in University of Ghana, Communication Department.
Are you on study leave?
No, please.
So your company, I don't get it.
Okay, so I work remotely. When I talk about, so we have...
Take your time, take your time. Are you working?
Yes, please.
So you are working and schooling?
And schooling at the same time.
But you are not on study leave?
No, please.
So how do you manage the two?
Okay. So my work as a digital marketer is handling the social media handle of the company, as I said. So even when I'm in school, I can do that. So sometimes ending of the month, and then I'll go to, it's not always, and I'll go to my workplace, and then I'll go and give them the report for the month.
So this training was how many months?
Just 3 days.
3 days. So I don't think, so it was just a workshop or a seminar?
It was, so why the 1 whole 3 balls? Earlier in the semester or the academic year, the whole this struggle to get money to buy balls. I'm the current sports secretary. How did they struggle? Because their money have not yet been dispersed to them. So as the SRC general sports secretary, I'll make sure everyone is going to at least get 3 balls, which is the popular sports, football, basketball, and volleyball. And we are going to use these balls for the original balls for the meantime before the horse can get their money and then buy their own balls. And I realized in our school fees, we are paying some amount of money as SRC Sport Development Levy. With this money are not being used for sports. So in 2016, where the sports complex was built, I realized some portion of that money was used to build the sports complex, which is around 6.7 million Ghana cedis. So what am I going to do? I'm going to also speak to my president and then discuss to him and explain to him that we have to also develop our sports complex to the standard of at least University of Ghana or K University. So look at our football field, which is not up to standard. Now we have UCC youngsters participating in Division 2, but they can't play it here because the field is not up to GFA standard. So some portion of that money that we are being paid as SRC Sports Development Levy will be used to develop those football fields. Thank you, Prof. Chair.
So the 3 balls, 1 hole. What if from next academic year, immediately they come to school, the JCRC are giving their tranche. I mean, they are giving their money, and they can buy footballs. Don't you think that then that project will not benefit anybody?
Okay. When that happened, meaning we are going to put that on hold. And there are a lot of activity that I'm going to bring, which is the sports festival. So the sports festival too is something we are going to hold in the weekend, which is going to be a very huge one.
Let's start talking about your work experience, which is very haphazard. You are a senior consultant.
Yes, please.
At Herbalife.
Herbalife.
What is that? What is Herbalife?
So Herbalife is a nutrition company whereby they sell products for people to gain, lose, or manage their lifestyle. So as a senior consultant, what I was doing was explaining to them why they should buy this product, why they should do this,
So
or
it's
the
a
kind of
sales
lifestyle.
company?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you're a sales consultant.
Yes, please.
For senior consultant, looks very big. I thought you were working with the UN, actually. It looks big. Then you have founder.
Yes.
Can you tell us what that is?
Okay. Founder for La Masia Football Club. So right after school, when I was at home, there was no club in my community, and the boys go out. The boys go out to play football. So I decided to form a football club to bring the boys together, and then we participate in every sporting event which is taking place in Kumasi or in Ashanti region. So that's where I founded the La Masia Football Club.
So where is it now?
It's in Kumasi, Pechi number 2.
So you've handed it over to someone?
Yes, please. I've handed it over to someone.
And what did you teach at Apostolic International School?
Okay, Apostolic International School, I was teaching in class 2.
What were you teaching?
I was teaching all the subjects.
Okay.
OAP,
And then
English.
Pachitu, you were a student once, and then you went there to teach.
Yes, please.
So apart from the La Masia, you founded another club or hub.
Hub.
What was that?
It was a jersey hub.
What
I
is
was
it?
selling jerseys,
You were
football,
selling?
football jerseys.
If you are selling jerseys, how do you say you are a founder?
So it wasn't just selling. I founded it as it was a shop that I established for myself. So I was having people who were working under me at Kumasi Central Market.
So you are an entrepreneur?
Yes, please.
Hey, so you are not a founder.
Thank you.
Your mouth is too sweet. You are not a founder, senior consultant, founder. Hey. Ghana Crimes.
Yes.
What is Ghana Crimes?
Thank you very much. So when we talk about Ghana crimes, we report, investigate, and talk about crime news in Ghana.
You and who?
Okay, with my other colleagues, one is in UK and the other is in USA.
So a three-man company.
We have other people who are retainers who work for us, investigators and sometimes lawyers too.
So what was the recent case that you did?
Okay, the recent that we did was about a crime that was happening in Kumasi. So currently, I'm not handling it as I'm focused on my studies, but I've not been on social media for quite a long time because I've given it to one of my guys who's handling it. But I check it and realize they have been reporting some news in Kumasi and other places.
And where can it be found? Where on social media can it be found?
You can find it on Twitter, on Instagram, on
So I should go
TikTok.
on Twitter and just say.
And we have a website.
So what is the website?
Okay, Ghana Crimes.
Check for me.
And you said, Prof, please, you said you are a writer or social media manager, and you don't know what is happening there currently.
Okay, as a social media I'm the social media manager, but I have an assistant who is working for me. So I've explained to him that this is what I'm doing currently. So
So they put work there without your knowledge.
Okay, so our boss is aware of the current situation that I'm in. So he's lacing up with him now because I told him I want to focus on my election for now.
And I guess it's the same for all the things that you say you have founded. La Masia Football Club. You don't know what is happening there because you are schooling. Ghana Chronicles. You don't know what is happening there.
For Ghana Chronicles, I know very much.
So which of them don't you know?
Okay,
The
so
La Masia.
for La Masia, it gives me a report.
The Appelis
GC Hub. So we have put it on hold because it was for a period of time.
Here. And then there's something Chronicles in Ghana, right?
Yeah, the Chronicles.
The Chronicles. What's the difference?
Okay, so the Ghana Chronicles, it's focused on general news, politics, entertainment, everything. But the Ghana Crimes focus on only crime news. But for the Ghana Chronicles, it's general. And the Ghana Chronicles, sometimes work as a PR consultant for some companies too.
Don't you think you'd be more suited for the PRO position? The way your mouth is sweet. Don't you think you are in a wrong position. You are vying for the wrong position.
No, please.
Why did you start campaigning before now? And don't lie to me, I have evidence.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Chair. I think when I'm going for an election, I don't have to wait after vetting before I start for people to know me. So I went around to introduce myself, unveil myself to the people that my name is this Sadick and I'm coming for this position. So right after vetting, you start to see me and then you know that this is the position I'm going for.
But do you know that our rules don't allow that? Do you know that we have a timetable and a schedule for what we are doing?
I know, madam.
So why do you flout the laws?
So I was introducing myself.
Is it part of the schedule of activities for vetting or for elections?
No, please, madam.
You know you can be disqualified as you sit there.
I know, I know for very sure.
So if I tell you you are disqualified now, what will you do? Because you have clearly flouted the law. And you know it. This one is not even that you are not supposed to go around, and you went around. What do you think should be done to you?
Madam, pardon me for now, because I thought the introduction was different from campaigning. Yes, please. Yes, madam.
Leader who is coming to change the whole UCC in sports, you thought? Founder. I think you should tone down on the things in your CV.
Thank you, madam.
Digital marketing manager. Which one is that?
Imperium's digital marketing manager.
Which one is that?
So digital marketing manager, we are Imperial Homes. We deal in luxurious apartments or available property that we are selling.
So you have some you are selling now?
Yes, please.
Where?
Okay, so when you go to airports, residential, we have the campions that we are selling. So we have Zolicon, we have Imperial Green.
You are involved in a lot of things.
Yes, please.
Explain this to me. In 2004, August, you were the interim entertainment chairman. 2024?
Yes, please.
At the same time, you were the member of parliament.
Yes, please.
And just around the same time, you were the sports secretary. How is that possible?
Okay, thank you very much. Right after our election, because the election delayed, so they couldn't vet for the entertainment chair. So in that time, I've already won my election then as the sports secretary. So the president, the JCRC president, told me I should take over as the interim entertainment chair to draft calendar or activities that we are going to do it in the next semester. That's the first 3 months in October, November, December. So I was the one in charge of it until a new entertainment chair was appointed.
My last but one question. Who is Dr. Kojo Owusu?
Dr. Kojo Owusu is a lecturer at Health, Physical Education and Recreation Department.
Does he know you are using him as a reference?
Yes, please.
Because we don't have his email address here. We don't have the department here. So you want to look at all those things. And then the other person too, Mr. Francis Bine, we don't have his details here. What is emotional intelligence? You said you have emotional intelligence, you have this, you have that. What is emotional intelligence?
Thank you, Prof. Chair. So when you talk about someone who is emotional intelligence, is someone who know how to react and act towards issues. When he's angry, what to do. When he's happy, what to do and what not to do.
Just about that?
Yes, please.
It's not correct. Because emotional intelligence is about managing your emotions and emotions of others as well. Because if it's about you alone, it doesn't really matter. But it's about you and how you manage the emotions of others as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I will come back to you. We haven't finished the campaign you started before time. Okay.
Sadick, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, sir.
Okay. UCC is currently having satellite campuses. Where are these satellite campuses located?
Thank you very much. One is located in Dominance in the Ashanti region, and we have the Agona Nyakum campus in the central region. Thank you.
That's great.
Hi, Sadiq.
No, madam.
So, there are a number of administrative directors that form part of the registries. Can you state 4 of them?
The administrative directors,
Yes, please.
that form the
Part of the registries.
registries.
Yes.
The academic, the dean of students. That's what I can say for now.
So, we have the Directorate of Public Affairs. Yes, and then we have Directorate of Physical Development and Estate Management. And we also have the Directorate of Finance.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, you stated 2, so out of 4. That's fair.
Okay, thank you.
Honorable Sadiq.
Sir.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Follow my preamble carefully and tell me just the answer.
Okay.
So the University of Cape Coast as a statutory body is clothed. The University of Cape Coast is clothed with the powers to manage its own affairs. As stipulated in the financial regulation document, there are 3 major streams of revenue for the university. Kindly tell me just those 3.
Please, can you repeat the question again?
Okay. I said the University of Cape Coast is a statutory body clothed with its own powers to man its affairs. And as stipulated in its financial regulation document, there are 3 major revenue streams for which it can derive money to finance its affairs.
Okay.
Can you tell me those 3 streams?
One, support from the government, and internal generated revenue.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll direct you to the section 8.1.4, page 30 of the document. Let me come again. I'll direct you to section 6.17, page 23 of the document. And these 3 major streams are student fees, other university charges, and internally generated funds. You got the internally generated funds, so you have attempted.
All right, thank you very much.
Hello, Sadiq. I hope you are fine.
I'm very fine, madam.
All right. So I'll give you a scenario, and then you tell me what follows
Thank
next.
you.
So Abina has access to the gym, the UCC gym, and then she was caught stealing balls, footballs, and by the facility manager. Tell me 3 sanctions that can be met. Caught stealing footballs red-handedly by the facility manager. Tell me 3 sanctions that can be meted out to her.
Okay, thank you very much. She has to replace the stolen item to rusticated and then dismiss her.
That's very good.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, madam.
Okay, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, madam.
Okay, that's good. Please, I want to ask you a question. If, as a student, I decide that I will not undergo the medical examination that is held at the university hospital, what sanction can be placed on me?
Dismiss her.
Correct.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Sadiq.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, so my question is simple. Supposing a student, a petition is to be submitted to the dean of students, it requires a percentage of the students. Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Hi, madam.
Please, how many chances does a student on probation have to pass the field courses?
2.
Correct.
Yeah. Hi, Sadick.
Hello, madam.
In UCC, assuming you are an examination invigilator and a student arrives 35 minutes after the commencement of the examination, demanding for extra time, what rule applies here?
Madam, please can you repeat the question?
Okay. In UCC, assuming you are an examination invigilator and a student arrives 35 minutes after the commencement of the examination, demanding for extra time, what rule applies here?
The student won't be allowed to write the exams.
Yeah, very good.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hope you enjoyed yesterday's final.
I'm really enjoying.
Okay, that's very good. Okay, so there has been an increment in the total number of countries that will participate in the FIFA World Cup 2026. Yeah, so can you tell me the number that it used to be and then the number that it has been increased to?
I didn't get the last question.
I said that there has been an increment in the total number of countries that will qualify for the 2026 World Cup. So can you give me the number it used to be and the number that it has been increased to?
Currently it's 32, and it has been increased to 48.
Very true.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing?
I'm really doing well, sir.
Okay, so my question is coming from your website, that's Ghana Crime Limited. On June 7th, they made a report that there was a fire outbreak. How many motorbikes were destroyed?
How many?
Motorbikes were destroyed.
That's June 7th. As I said, when I was reporting to school, I handed everything over to my assistant.
How many motorbikes were destroyed? You know or you don't know?
I don't know, sir.
So you are wrong. It's 50 motorbikes.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Sadick.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm really doing well, sir.
Good. Would you want to sip some water at this moment?
Yes, please, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. You are good?
I'm very good, sir.
On your CV, you said you thrive in, I thrive in team settings and excel under pressure. So I'm sure you are going to excel. Are you under pressure?
For now, I'm not under pressure, sir.
So you will not be able to excel because you only excel when you're under pressure.
I excel under pressure and not under pressure too.
Okay. So what exactly does that mean? You excel under pressure.
Okay.
What does it mean?
Okay. So I'll give an instance.
Okay.
So last semester, the notice for the freshers came very late for us to play, which means I have to make sure I organize all my team, train them for the tournament. But because we have been training, so the pressure was very huge. But I was able to organize my team very well, and then we were able to participate in the tournament. And then aside that too, currently I'm in school, but I've been engaging in other works too, retainer works for other corporate companies. The pressure is huge, but I'm able to manage my time well, and then I'm able to execute my work as a person.
All right, thank you. And you said you have founded a number of companies or what? Because you have Ghana Chronicles, you have... Have you registered them with the registered?
For Ghana Crime, it has not been registered yet, but we are working on doing that this year.
Which of your companies is registered?
None of them is registered as of now.
So you are not paying tax? Are you paying tax?
No, please, sir.
Okay. You know that is a crime?
I'm very aware, sir. So the Ghana Crimes, we don't earn money from it. But for Ghana Crimes, we don't earn money from it. we do it for the passion that we have and making sure people be aware of the crimes that's going on in the country.
And then you have the Imperial Homes Limited.
Yes, please.
Registered it.
Imperial Homes is registered, and I'm a record there. I'm not the owner.
So, in your speech, you said you want to promote inclusive and attractive sports. What do you mean by that?
So when I talk about inclusive and attractive sports, I will give an example of the goal ball, which is a developing sport, which my predecessor Kudus is already working on it, making sure we have an event for that. So when you look at our current settings, the intervals, we don't have something like that, which we want the visually impaired people to also get themselves into it. And another one too is, it's not everyone who is interested in sports. So what are you going to do to include these people in sports? So as I always say, sports is not all about throwing, jumping, and heading ball. But sports, the fitness side of it is also part of sports. So we are going to introduce fitness and wellness in our sports to make sure everyone will also participate in it, and then they will have a feel of the sports.
So you did say something. You said you want to change the narratives. And I was curious. Just let us know, what exactly is the problem now, and how do you intend to change the narrative?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So, one, the narrative is people have the idea of you have to be this kind of person before you engage in sports. You have to be this kind of person before you can engage in sports. So I want to change the narrative to tell people that you don't have to be someone at this, you don't have to have this kind of stature as a human to engage in.
Back is too much. Just lean back and speak here.
Oh, sorry, madam. So what I want to do is I want to make everyone have a feel of the sporting activity, whereby I create a serene sporting environment for each and every person for them to get involved in it.
I'm interested in how you are going to create that serene environment.
As I said, I have a background in PR, public relations. So we have to use the PR sector where we promote it. We are going to work hand in hand with the PR.
But if you promote, it doesn't create environment for sports.
So when you
are just talking about it, isn't it?
So we promote it. You tell the people the reason why you want them to participate in the sport that you are telling them to do. So
but if you tell me why I need to be part of the sport, is that enough? Do you think people don't know?
It's
why
not
they
enough.
Have to, yes.
So after telling them what to do, so when they come or they make themselves available, what are you going to do to make sure that subsequent time they are going to join? So that's making sure we include a lot of recreational activities that I said earlier on. So when you have a lot of recreational activities on board, so if someone can play football, the person can at least play cars, the person can play Owari, the person can play Ludo. All these and then we are going to use that to socialize, make new friends, and then release stress that we have piled up during the academic week.
Okay. So in your policy, you said you have 3 balls for 1 hall, is it? Am I correct?
1 or 3 balls, please.
1 hall.
3 balls.
And the 3 balls are
the
soccer?
Soccer, volleyball, and basketball.
So that's a flashy program of yours, right?
Yes, please.
And this doesn't take care of what you are touting, the lesser known sports.
Thank you very much. So this is something that I'm bringing on board, which requires a lot of money. So because it requires a lot of money, you have to start it from somewhere. So starting it from somewhere, that's why I intended to start with the 3 balls, so that that's the first semester. The second semester to see if we can get some amount of money, and then we can include the other sports.
So I thought you said, as for these sports, they are already known. People participate.
Yes, please.
The volleyball, soccer, and what again, basketball. But your emphasis was on the lesser known sports. And that is what kept running through your speech. So I thought that if you had a flashy program, first semester you want to target, then your policy will be on the lesser known sports. So you outline clearly what you're going to do to promote
Lesser
and
known
to
sports.
ensure that people, get involved in this lesser known sports. But your flagship program is not even talking about it.
My flagship program, which being the lesser known sports. So the lesser known sports, this is the strategy that I'm going to bring on board by promoting it. So I'm the current sports secretary, and I realize all the halls, most of them, they have things that the stuff that we need, or the equipment that we need for the lesser known sports, but they don't use it. So once they don't use it, now this is the time we have to let them utilize those items, and then we use it to promote the lesser known sports.
So let me know, in terms of priority, if you are giving the nod, just outline for us, which one will you target first? So first on your list, second on your list, third on your list, because you may not have the resources to do everything. So what would you promote first?
The first one I'm going to focus on promoting is the lesser known sports. The lesser known sports. So when we talk about the lesser known sports, badminton, which has become very popular among the students now, and then table tennis too.
So your priority lists, which of them will come first?
The badminton.
Why?
Okay. So badminton is an elite sport where, when I talk about it's an elite sport and a very growing sport too, which most students don't have any idea about it. Most students don't have any idea about it.
Can I do a follow-up?
Okay.
I completed school in 99. I was here in 96. We were playing badminton. So what are you talking about?
Okay, thank you, Prof. Shea. I said I didn't say they are not aware, but I said most students, they are not aware that there's a sports activity called badminton, because I've spoken to a lot of students and I tell them that there's a game like badminton. I'm like, oh, badminton, I'm not aware. So we play it just like tennis. So we are going to make sure the students will get to know about badminton as a sport too. And the badminton sport can also be played even in your 40s, in your 50s. And then someone can use it as a recreational game or activity at home.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Assuming you are giving the nod, you are going to organize another GUSA Games in UCC. Mention 5 departments or sessions that will be involved in the organization.
Okay. The sports section, the health, physical education, and recreation department, the registrar, and then the finance department, and the dean of students, the office of the dean of students.
You have left the transport section out. You have left the transport section. You have left out the hospital, the security.
Yeah.
You have left all of them. You are not going to consult them. They are not going to be involved.
They are very integral in organization of any event on the campus. So I will make sure I include them too, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
Prof. Please, thank you.
What is integrity?
Thank you. As a human being, you have to have an integrity. So if you don't have an integrity, you don't have respect. So when I talk about integrity, I'm talking about respect. I'm going to reserve it, respect. Yes.
So you can use respect and integrity interchangeably. Is that what you are telling us? You haven't even registered your company. You haven't paid tax, and you're talking about integrity. And you're telling me that integrity is respect. Sadick,
Madam.
go and check for the meaning of integrity. Integrity is not respect. Otherwise, don't write integrity, write respect.
Okay,
They are
thank you,
not the
madam.
same. You have to be credible.
Thank you, madam.
Your yes must be yes, your no must be no.
Yes.
You must be known for something. You must stand by something. Okay. So I think my final question for you is that, do you know the current sports president?
The current sports president.
The current sports
Yes.
secretary. Sorry,
Yes.
yeah.
Abubakar Abdul Kudus.
You know him.
Very
Is he
well.
Your friend.
My boss, my friend, my brother.
So all these ideas that you had, why didn't you sell some to him so that he will make the sports in UCC recreational and all the things you are mentioning? Why did you hid everything from him?
Thank you very much, Prof. Chair. So I told him about the sports quiz, which is the sports intellectual. So he introduced that too. And then there have been some hindrances which I have not been able to make this semester or this academic year be able to get ourselves involved in a lot of sporting activity, but about a lot of like finance.
I said, these ideas you had, you were part of his team, right?
I wasn't part of his team.
Why not?
Okay, that time I was also vying for a position in the hall, so I wasn't getting myself involved in this campaign. But we speak each and every day.
But after the elections, they formed committees.
Yeah, that's
you are not
sports
part of
secretary.
you are not part of his committee.
I'm not part of the general sports committee, but I'm a part of the sports secretary's committee. And I told him.
But you said he's your friend.
He is my friend.
And I'm saying that. Why didn't you sell some of these ideas to him?
Why? I told him most of them, but he has the final say. So when he say no, I can't say anything. But he's like a senior brother to me. So I told him that this is what I want us to do. So when he said no, I can't say anything. But he took my sports quiz idea that I gave it to him.
What is one of the bad things he did in his administration?
Bad thing. Okay. He wasn't around when we were having our freshers games. And he told me he has an issue at home that he wants to deal with it. So he has to attend to that. So I think as the sports secretary who oversights interhalls in the school, I think he should be around. So I think that's one bad thing that my brother did.
Did he do anything good?
A lot of good things.
Just give me one.
Making sure there is peace. Not peace as peace, but making sure during our campus league, peace are maintained. Though we have cast for the ATL teams in there, but there have been peace. There have not been any fights there.
Do you have any weakness?
Yes, I have a weakness.
Tell us about one.
My weakness is I always, or most times, want to work on my own, and then I have a lot of workload on me, which now I've realized I need a lot of team on board. So when I work with them, I think they work go faster compared to me working alone. Because I think me doing it alone, this is how I want things to be. So when I do it alone, it's going to help me. So that's my weakness.
All right. Do you remember the course, Theory and Practice of Athletics?
Yes.
What happened?
Theory and Practice Athletics, a lot happened. I lost my dad that year. My 4 cows died. I had an accident.
You have cows?
Yes, in Boko. Yeah. So that semester, I can say that was my best semester ever because lost my dad. The following week, my cows.
Did that happen during the special education as well?
The special education. That was the time that I was recovering. That was the time that I was recovering from.
My friend, you took a whole semester to mourn for the cows.
No. It wasn't about the cows, but mostly like my dad.
Okay. All right. Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
My question will be on my CV, because the reason why I presented this is I've been using this for my work and most of the contract that I get. So the comment that I've been giving me, I think I'll be taking notes on that, and then I would need advice on how to improve it well. Because I gave this to someone, senior person who did it, who reviewed it for me, and then he confirmed it. So with the comment that I've taken notes on, and I'll need more advice on that too.
That's all you have?
Yes.
So I'll give you 1 minute. What would you tell your constituents?
My constituents, thank you very much.
1 minute.
I won't keep long. My constituents, my name is Awudu Abubakar Sadick, and this is the time you have to change the narrative of UCC sports. You need someone who has the experience. This is not the time we used to experiment, and this is the time that we have to make sure UCC sports is very vibrant, inclusive, very entertaining, to reach the level that other universities are, to make sure we develop our football field. Now we have UCC youngsters at the ninth place at the Division 2 tournament. Now, how can we enter the Premier League? It should also be one of our targets. Now, what are we going to do? We have to put this in place. Make sure the way for our players will be our paramount, and then we get there, inshallah.
Thank you very, very much. We are happy to have had you, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
You'll hear from the committee.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.